What's up everyone, it's Gabbie Trades here and welcome back to the Coin Bureau Trading channel. Well, this might be our last chance to find buy zones before the parabolic bull run actually happens. You guys, very happy to be back here. I was a little bit away on a holiday. I don't know if you could tell because I still have videos for you, but we're not gonna waste any more time. I want you guys to smash that like button immediately. Subscribe if you're new here, welcome. We're almost hitting 100,000 subscribers on the channel here, which is very, very exciting. You guys also don't forget to smash the small little bell notification so you always get notified when I'm live here with you, because I give you the latest and it's usually always very, very important on the day, on the specific moment. So we're not gonna waste any more time. Let's see who's here. We have Mr. Blake, we have Kenshin, Richie, Stanimir. Of course, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Let me know how you all are doing in the chat box. All right, we're not gonna waste any more time. Let's just immediately run over here and see what is happening with New York Open. All right, so what are we seeing down here? Let's have a look. All right, so this is a fairly weak opening for the charts, considering that yesterday we had the S&P 500, Nasdaq, all fresh new all-time highs. We've had that for so many times now. The Dow Jones as well. Actually, the Dow was flat yesterday, but the Russell gained a little bit. So today we're seeing quite a weak opening over here, so we're gonna keep monitoring that, but we're gonna start with of course the news that we were interested in. So first of all, you guys, if you remember, we were discussing about the government shutdown, which is currently in action from 1st of October. So it manifested, right? We were one of the only ones that were discussing this around crypto, but it finally, it manifested and it's currently unresolved. So what does that mean? Well, that means that a lot of key economic reports are currently not being given to us. So there is delays and some of them have been completely suspended. We also had Fed minutes coming up from the September meeting, which of course was the first rate cut of the year, and we have some data over here. So basically most officials supported further rate cuts, but they signaled some worries about basically about the jobs. Now the thing is, right, there were 19 officials that were supporting at least a minimum of 2 rate cuts for this year, and I think only 7, if I'm not wrong, or 9, I forgot the numbers exactly, were opposing to that. And of course they also said that they're worried about the jobs. We all know that is, it's nothing new. The problem over here is that all of these officials are kind of running blind, just like we are at the moment. Most importantly, we do want those cuts, right? And currently we're sitting at 96.7% chance that on the 29th of October, we are going to get cuts. So that's pretty good, right? That's clearly closer to the 100% over here. So very, very positive, because what is that going to do? Well, that is going to be supportive for crypto, most importantly, and for stocks as well. Obviously, the labor market is still a concern, and it will maintain to be a concern. So another thing that happened today, we had actually Fed Jerome Powell speaking over here. As you can see, this is the only thing that we're pretty much seeing on on the calendar. The reason being is because we have the government shutdown, so we're not seeing the jobless claims this week, and they've already been suspended for October, which is kind of sus, but it is what it is. So basically, yeah, we had that at 8:30 Eastern time, Jerome Powell. I watched the opening at at the Washington Community Bank's conference, and basically they're talking about community banks and private loans and stuff like that. And basically I was really hoping to see if Jerome is going to say anything more, if he's going to give like hawkish or dovish signals on a hint on anything in regards to the rate cuts or even the government shutdown. But he just simply gave like a warm opening to this whole conference. He wasn't even there personally. He was somewhere else traveling, maybe on holiday But yeah, anyway, he didn't say anything, so that was pretty boring. Whatever. The most interesting thing that's been happening, actually, it's not in crypto, it's been in TradFi, you guys. Gold has absolutely been exploding. It is now trading for over $4,000 per ounce, which is again all-time high. You know, records all over the place. Silver is doing great. What else? Palladium did really well. All of these assets, you guys, we've been watching here on the channel together. Very, very important for you guys to be part of my live streams. And again, I'm going to highly encourage you to go ahead and follow my main YouTube channel and check everything that I have for you in the description box.
Give yourself 28 days and become
first of all,
yes,
the most
I don't pay for ads on YouTube,
whatever.
Let's be real.
All right,
most
let's
people
see. We
over
have
40
only 23
use
likes to start with. 23 likes, and we have over 80 people watching us, so we need to have 80 likes right now for this video to start with. And second of all, make sure to check down here my main YouTube channel and all of the deals that I have for you guys. If you're looking for a place to trade, you can find it down here, because all of these offers that we have here for you with Coin Bureau have so many deposit bonuses, you guys, that you'll probably you won't be able to find anywhere else, as Coin Bureau Trading, of course, is one of the best channels over there. So yeah, we have TapBit, of course, with the highest bonuses over here. 2Bit and Bybit, whatever you guys want for your trading purposes, is down here. So we're not gonna waste any more time, and we're gonna go straight into the charts for Bitcoin. Do we have any more news? Maybe yes, on the TradFi sector a little bit more. Bank of England is warning us that there might be an AI bubble, which we already know about. We discuss it almost every day on this channel when I'm live here with you, so we're gonna skip straight through it, you guys. First of all, I want to see what's happening in the chat box. All right, everyone. By the way, don't forget to give me all of your altcoin requests that you want while I'm here on live with you on Coin Bureau Trading channel, so we can go ahead and look, because it's a very pivotal moment for crypto October. All right, Polkadot. All right. Got it. First of all, we start with Bitcoin as usual. Now on the daily time frame, what can I tell you? We had an all-time high, obviously here, massive inflection point. You guys know what happens over here. We have this high over here at the first leg, and then currently we're rejecting from the same point. The high that we reached was the extension of leg 2 that we had marked with you guys together over here on the channel. We had it marked for months, right? Leg 2. So if you've been watching this channel here with me, or my main channel on YouTube, like I said, go ahead, follow it in the description box. You know very well that this was a sell zone. Okay, this was an area of rejection for Bitcoin. So yes, very happy that we reached over here, but also I want to remind you guys, just like I reminded earlier today, this morning, the problem with reaching an all-time high with Bitcoin so far this year, we've had it happening 5 times. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. We had it so far around 5 times, and every single time we have had a correction of at least, you know, 10% or so. Right? Sometimes more, sometimes less. So the thing about that is that's why it might be, you know, again, suspicious, this continuous, you know, momentum at the moment. Now, the thing about Bitcoin as well is once we've reached the leg 2, now I am indeed expecting for price to extend at around 146 up to 155K levels. So this is what my expectation is for Bitcoin at the very minimum for this bull run, just because we came up and we reached 225 of that level, because that is how my strategy works. That is how I evaluate using the standard deviation. All right. Moving on, what's important to note over here for Bitcoin? Yes, so the true month open basically happens next week, right? I want you to pay attention to this, because this is, you know, one thing that I've been trying to teach you is the levels of like time that I trade on the charts, which are very important for me. And I don't consider October, for me, October hasn't started until the 13th of October. So this is going to be the true month open for me. Any price action that is developing right now, in my opinion, is part of the September price action. All right, so just wanted to make that clear with you guys. Now, the thing is, what's most important from here is Bitcoin is bearish at the moment. This is almost guaranteed. right? This is almost guaranteed for now that we're expecting some sort of a pullback. Unfortunately, as you can see, massive bearish engulfing candle here on the daily at an inflection point over here. So you should be expecting a pullback, in my opinion. What are the areas that I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin to hold from here on? So that is also very important. So the areas that I'm looking for Bitcoin to hold are going to be, firstly, this is going to be the first support at around 117,700, right? First support. And then second support, we're looking at around 114,800, right? Around this area, 115, 114, 800, around this area. So these are, in my opinion, the two zones that I'll be looking for Bitcoin to bounce from. And if we lose these areas, I'm going to be quite concerned, to be honest. But if anyone goes out there and tells you, hey, Bitcoin is going to 100K, Bitcoin is going to, there is no reason for Bitcoin to do that. Do you understand? Hit the like button, you guys. Yes, Stanimir said it. Bison, Gabbie finally caught you live. Great work. Love your TA. You guys, very welcome. I'm also very happy to have you all here. Extremely excited for you guys as well. Everyone that has been watching me can mostly guarantee you that whatever price action we've shown here, whatever setups we've shown here on the channel have played to the T. So you guys, yeah, I just encourage you keep watching the live stream, and make sure to check again all the offers in the description box of this video down below, and follow my main channel as well. But yeah, if you're looking for any deposit bonuses or nice places to trade, these are the partnerships that we have with Coin Bureau here set for you. Sui, all right, you guys, I'm gonna go back to the chat box, don't worry. We're gonna look at that. All right, so is Bitcoin clear, right? I don't think I have anything. I have a lot more to say, but I think these are the most important points, right? We're looking for support around 117, 118K, and we're looking for support around 115 to 114K for Bitcoin. We want this block specifically here on a daily time frame to hold. All right, good stuff. Moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum, again, you know, a little bit disappointing, just like everything else on the charts. Again, bearish engulfing candles. Today might be, you know, another further bearish engulfing candle. It is not looking great. Now, the thing that's most worrying is the 12-hour time frame. The 12-hour time frame, with the help of my indicators, you guys, you have been watching me for quite a long time now. I hope you understand the power of the indicators that I have developed with the help of Lux Algo. If you want to get them, get them. There is a link in the description box for the trading indicators, for the course waitlist. So go ahead and sign up, get the indicators. They're super cheap and very useful, because once you see a formation like that, by the way, if you don't know how to use the indicators, go on the main channel and find out, right, how to use them on my main channel. There is a dedicated video for that. So the thing is, once I get a formation like such as this one, right, now my eye is going to be pointed to this liquidity point down here. So that is at around 3,820. Now, it doesn't look pretty at all, but it seems quite a possibility. Now, this is around 12% away from where current price is. But if you go ahead, so what I like to do is, when I look at the altcoins, right, I coordinate with ETH BTC, I coordinate with, you know, with Ethereum in general, and everything else needs to match the levels to some extent, and they do, as you will see further on as we go on in this video. So for me now, the possibility that Ethereum is going to come back and retest that buy breaker block down here that we have left is quite a possibility, right? Quite a possibility that this might happen. All right, and then from here on, honestly, you guys, we just want to break 4,800. 4,800, let's give it a 4,830. You break 4,830 on Ethereum, game time, right? Game time. Super clear, you know, way to the upside if that happens. But until then, you know, we gotta play ball. All right, so Solana. Let's look at Solana, right? Same thing. Look at that. Solana has also left a liquidity behind down here, right? So is that a possibility? Yes, Could we maybe see Solana a little bit more strong? Possibly, right? But the liquidity is very, very evident. Again, we didn't buy breaker block, right? We did a very, very big buy breaker block, so it might be a chance for that. And also, let's not forget, we have quite a strong support at 184.66. So is that level going to be retested as well? This is what we're going to be looking out for, right? This is what we need to know. So the liquidity on Sol, you know, a little bit nastier, to be honest. So we're looking at around, you know, 14.5% on the liquidity. If that happens, hopefully we don't need to grab it. But if we do, this is where we're going to be looking out for. All right. Can you please look at PANGU? Can you please look at Aster? Absolutely. Yes, we're going to look at all of these. All right. First of all, the star of the show, BNB. This is the real bull run. If you were wondering, remember the buy zone that we gave together on this channel for BNB at $937. Look at it, straight up from there. So we gave that buy zone all the way back in 20th September, or around 20th September, the week of 20th of September. So the buy zone has done absolutely great. Now, the way I'm looking at this chart is it has way more potential. BNB for me could run to $1,567, even $2,000, right? And even more. Like I won't be surprised at this point, but this has been a Binance bull run, you guys. XRP, let's look at, you know, the mains, of course. What did we say about XRP? We want to see $3 break. Did we see $3 break? No, we haven't seen $3 break. Is it a real level? It's an absolutely real level. Look at it, right? From back in 2nd of March. We can't break that level. We simply can't break that level. So now, are we at support at the moment? Yeah, okay. We bounced several times from it, but price is extremely weak. So in my opinion, we do need to see, we need to see that flushed. We need to see that flushed down. Let's have a look. All right. So that would make perfect sense for me, right? That would make perfect sense to me. If we try to hold 2.58, you know, maybe wick that area aggressively. Worst case scenario, we come and retest 2.3, 2.36, also possible for XRP, right? Let's look on the weekly. Yeah, look at that massive fair value gap on a weekly time frame. Let's mark it together. Actually, let's take the indicators, my indicators. No need to mark it. Here it is, weekly bullish fair value gap. The 50%, the equilibrium of the bullish fair value gap on a weekly time frame is exactly at 2.58, which is also our point of support. All right, so can we get price to that level? Most probably. Can we get price even deeper to retest previous breaker blocks? Yes, absolutely. So yeah, we need to be watching out for that. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Oh, SUI, that's a nice one, actually, because I haven't been looking at SUI. Guys, I was on a really nice holiday. Smash the like button if you haven't, and I'll tell you where I was. It was so cool. I went to Banff, Canada. It was so amazing. I loved it. All right, SUI on the weekly. Absolutely hate what I'm seeing with this liquidity down here on the weekly. Not very good at all. Okay, here in between support and resistance zone, let's have a look. This is previous price action for us. All right, so what are we seeing down here? 3.58, the area that we wanted to break. We're not breaking. In fact, we're confirming that we're not strong because, again, we engulfed bearishly down here. Yes, we might be into a daily bullish fair value gap right now. Hold on, let me take the indicator out. Right, potential buy zone down here at the support, which is 3.2. So yeah, is that a potential buy zone? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Are you gonna risk a little bit more? You're gonna be on the risk side over here if you take that opportunity? 100%, 100%. Because it is very possible for price to drop a little bit more, and look how intensive that has been. Yeah, so if Ethereum really drops down to clear that liquidity that we just saw, you know, SUI might drop down to retest the 2.95 area, you know, which is a very important area, which is why I have an alarm set for that area. Because if we reach that area, for me, that's going to be like a massive buy. All right, hold on. October, let's go. Yes, you guys, almost 100 people here. Make sure to smash that like button. Check everything in the description box. Like I said, my main YouTube channel, very important. Get the indicators, at least have a look at them because they're very helpful. And check all of the offers that I have if you're looking for a place to trade. These are all the partnerships with Coin Bureau and me, starting with Tabbit, 2bit, and Bybit, you guys. So make sure to check this in the description box while I find Aster. Let's look at Aster. Actually, I looked at Aster today. So we're going to review it. Hold on one second. Right. So for anyone that's not familiar with the model that I trade, which is called the range model theory, right? Something that I came up with. This is something that I use. I haven't, you know, learned from anyone. This is literally something that I've developed with my trading. So you guys are more than welcome to sign up to learn that as well. Again, description box in the video. I don't know why I have to repeat it. But anyway, so for anyone that's new here, it's very simple, right? It's super simple, you guys. 0.786 of the price leg is always a sell zone. 0.236 is always a buy zone. What you're doing is you're looking at a clear leg, such as this one. That's a clear leg. And once you have identified the leg, then you know it's time to buy from 0.236. So essentially, yes, you did have a trade on Aster over here. Take profit 1 at 0.5, take profit 2 at 0.786 from where you sell. Take profit 1 at 0.5, take profit 2 at 0.236. So currently Aster, what am I expecting for Aster right now? Okay, so the thing about this formations is it's not only what I just told you. There is a little bit more to the fib extension over here. So essentially, if you want to see Aster trade below 1.28, what needs to happen is we need to drop down, retest the 0.236, come back up for one more buy, only one TP at 0.5, and then reject. Because if we rejected the 0.5, that means that this price leg is weak and it's going to exit to the downside, which means price is going to trade sub 0, which in this case is sub 1.28 precisely on Aster, right? And if we don't, that could give a possibility of the opposite, which could mean, all right, let's say we drop down, right? We come up here, we retest the 0.5, and then we exit to the upside. This is a possibility for a strong price action, right? This is what's going to happen if the price action is strong, right? For now, it doesn't seem to be the case. But most importantly over here, you do have a massive big buy zone that is left down here. So this is potentially telling you that price might retrace to that level and then bounce back from it. So this is quite a substantial buy zone over here from 1.33 to 0.994. All right, so you have some space, you guys. A PANGU. All right, let's look at PANGU for Stanimir. PANGU, let's have a look. We haven't looked at that in a while, have we? All right. So this was some, you know, ideas that we had for PANGU over here. Seems like number 2 is going to be the one playing out. For now, let's review. We're gonna redraw all of these together. So essentially what's happening right now is not very ideal, right? You are set to having lower lows at the moment. 3 in that case, not very good formation. Okay. Yes, at a buy zone, but I don't necessarily like to trust this buy zone at the moment. It's been retested many times. It has failed, you know, quite nasty. So essentially what you could consider all of these lows over here is internal liquidity within this bullish price leg. Let's use the straight ones. Maybe it's easier for you. So, you know, within this bullish price leg, essentially you're having all of this you know, gathered sort of liquidity down here. So, you know, price might drop down, retake all of that, respect the balanced price action here that we have. The areas for that are between 0.0218 and 0.0172. I understand that it's quite a bit of a zone, which is why on a daily time frame I've tried to identify it a little bit more for you, which is down here with this little breaker block that is that I've tried to mark for you guys. I don't know if you see it down here. It's a very nasty doji candle. What is a doji candle, by the way, you guys? I want to tell you real quick for your information. A doji candle such as this one, right, on a lower time frame is what is called a range, right? So if you're seeing a range price action like this one on a higher time frame, this is going to manifest in a doji candle. So usually what market makers do, they manipulate a lot within that range. So they have a lot of orders that are stacked within these ranges, right? So what tends to happen usually is that if they have a set direction for this specific range and they have orders placed in, price will drop, you know, it will activate these orders and then it will proceed to the intended direction, which in our case we're hoping to be up, right? Because we still need to see a bull run, right? Why do we need to see that bull run yet? Well, the reason for that is because Q4 is starting and we're expecting for Q4 to be super bullish, right? And when is Q4 starting for us? October. But for me, Gabbie Trades is starting on the 13th of October, which is next week. So we're operating with what we have right now, and what we said from July until now, it has been very, very correct so far, because from July with Q3 in the specific week of July that it started for me, that is exactly when we started to develop the ranges for the whole quarter. Right? So what you're expecting now is for Q4 to be a manipulation, and that manipulation is going to be to the upside. I want to be very clear for that. So we're expecting for the manipulation to take place to the upside, and then the distribution to be, you know, the bear market, right? Okay. Cool. Yes, Mr. Blake Sonic, why not? Let's look at that. That was S, right? S, you said it. Thank you for that, because I usually don't know the tickers. It's just how I am, you know what I mean? All right, not very nice price action at the moment, to be honest. Just like we spoke last time, the low is not confirmed. Yes, we have liquidity to the upside, which is giving us some sort of confirmation that price is going to extend once again. But for now, the super risky move, in my opinion, is to look for support at this level once again. So 0.25, essentially, you're looking for 0.25 to give something, you know, as in terms of support. But looking at the overall market, it seems a bit unlikely. So, you know, Avantis, yes, Luffy, for sure. You guys, have you liked the video? I'm going to refresh the page because I want to see how many likes we have. How many likes
do you want a marketing system that brings you leads and that's been proven?
Hold on, let's stop this guy from blabbing. It would not make any sense if we have over 100 people watching and only 61 likes. What are 47 people doing? I don't know. Make sure to like the video right now. Thank you. I see them growing. I love that. And again, click more under the description box, you guys. If you enjoy this content, if you want to see more, make sure to follow my main YouTube channel and make sure to check all of the offers that Coin Bureau Trading and I have managed to organize for you. Now let's move on to LUDY. Hello, Rafael. We're looking at Avantis. Can you give me a ticker for that, please? Give me a ticker, please. Cute shirt, Gabbie. Thank you. Thank you. Is it like that? I'm just gonna assume because we can't wait for replies over here. We're just going to assume that that's that. AVNT. Lutfi, are you going to give us a response? If you're not giving us a response, we're just gonna look at some random chart right now. Yeah, not very pretty. Whatever chart I'm looking at the moment, not even sure what the ticker is. So kind of bored with it. So we're gonna look at something else. Okay, WHIFF. Okay, that's again LUDY. All right, LUDY. I'll do WHIFF for you. All right, WHIFF. Oh wow. All right, cool. Yeah, we can look at AVAX as well. Hold on, AVAX is looking good anyway. All right, so WHIFF. Well, this formation looks very interesting at the moment. Daily we have liquidity, that's nice. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. So yeah, we do essentially have a structure break over here. Let's look at the monthly real quick. Let's look at the monthly. We haven't even reached 1.43, which is the daily resistance over here. So kind of weak. At the moment. I kind of don't like this lower low for me here. So I would potentially assume that the price is going to trade below this level down here. I'll assume that for sure. So yeah, WHIFF is not a buy for me until it confirms some bullishness, to be honest. And by that I mean price needs to come up and like break structure at least 2 times. Do you know what I mean? With a body. So if you don't know what I mean, is for example, this is going to be a break of structure with a body close, and then you have a second attempt over here, which is by a wick. So that's a fail. Does that make sense? So yeah, WHIFF for now is a no-go for me. No-go for me. I prefer to look at charts that give a little bit more clarity, right? A little bit more clarity. AVAX on the weekly, if you remember, we had a sniper entry for AVAX down here at this candle. This was the entry, actually to the T. Very beautiful entry on AVAX, but then we said that it most probably is going to be retraced, so hopefully profits were taken on that. Now, the point is sort of a support. However, you know, with the current conditions of the market, I would probably expect for price to drop within this block. So I'll be looking at around like 23.9 for AVAX. Let's have a look. Yeah, that would probably make sense. Anywhere within this block over here, you guys. Let me show you. The block that I'm expecting to hold is this one. I've marked it as well over here for you guys, and the daily support is a little bit more precise at 24, but yeah, anywhere around here I think it's good. Hype, please, they're integrated everywhere. Their buyback and burn mechanism will print around 43, maybe good buy. What do you think? Let's have a look at Hype. Let's have a look at Hype. Yeah, so currently very weak, right? Currently very weak. We have this liquidity left behind at $35.7. I don't know if we're gonna take it, but we might, right? We might. I hope not, but you know, considering this run, you might get a little bit more substantial pullbacks on this than the rest of the market. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult. It's a gamble, you know what I mean? Like there's clear support at around $42, but still I don't know if it's gonna hold this time. And if we lose $42, pretty much nothing is stopping it to drop to 35.7. Does that make sense? So yeah, ADA, to be honest, you guys, we can check it, but it was a bit boring. It was a bit random for ADA, but again, like I'll be looking within this buy zone. I'll be looking within this buy zone. Here on the daily you have support as well. Well, we have it here, but it's probably, you know, it's still a possibility to hold. 0.789. So potential reaction from 0.77809, and if the market completely drops, you're looking at let's calculate it together, gang. Let's do it. Yeah, you're looking at 0.7, I guess, right, to be retested this area. So yeah, that's what you're looking for. It was very lovely sell zone over here, so right, we have that marked for a long time. What are we looking at? Was it 12-hour time frame liquidity over here? Was it weekly? Yeah, so that's what you're looking at. Could you please check Aptos? Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at APT. Why did I remove it? Okay, hopefully this is the one I charted on. Not really, but it's okay. We'll try the other one. Was it this one I charted on? Yeah, kind of. So by the way, I made a video on like the ETF potentials over here, and APT was one of them. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch it. But yeah, very nicely on the weekly, massive retrace right now. Unfortunately, this was the idea, right? We wanted to come up here and we wanted to clear that liquidity. That was the idea, but again, very weak. As you can see, we had to come down, retest the support. I just want you to pay attention on how correct these levels are, and you can get these levels with my indicators. So go and grab the indicators, you guys. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to show you, they're just very helpful. Like, they're so cheap, I don't even care. You have to pay because Lux Algo, you know, needs to be paid for their work. But yeah, very correct levels, as you can see. Once again retested, which shows again APT is not one of the strongest at the moment. And again, fast retracement, 4.8. I don't think it's gonna, it doesn't look like it's going to support. Potential reaction over here at the 4.5 you're looking at. And then ideally, you know, around 4.3, around 4.3, 4.2, 4.3. That's why I have, you know, my alarm set here. That would be ideal for APT, you guys, to drop, so then we can get some better entries. All right, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Again, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my main YouTube channel, check all the deals that Coin Bureau Trading has for you, and I'll make sure to see you guys in the next one, next Tuesday. Make sure to be here. Oh, by the way, me and Dan are doing a live tomorrow, so make sure to attend that, you guys. You can see at what time. Thank you, everyone. See you guys.